Hello and welcome to the CWIF 2023 final. We're here for the 16th edition of the Climbing Works International Festival. I'm John Partridge, joined today by Aisha Khan. Aisha, welcome. Semi-finals was a wild ride. What was your biggest takeaway?
Yeah, the whole thing was action-packed. We saw lots of spills, we saw lots of skin lost, and if finals is anything like that, we're in for a good show.
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite a lot of tops, but a lot of effort throughout the event. Who was the one that really sort of stood out for you in the women's category?
I mean, it's got to be Alana Yip. It had me feeling patriotic to see her here today, and she's really on top form at the moment, so can't wait to see how she does at finals.
Yeah, absolutely. She was absolutely unstoppable in that first round. I think the only person to top all 4 boulders, so that was pretty dominant display. What about in the men's category? Who really took your eye? Any of the homegrown talent?
It's got to be the Japanese athlete. It's amazing to have so many international climbers here, and I reckon my money's on him for CWIF 2023.
Yeah, he was super strong. That display he put through on the third semi-final boulder, absolutely incredible. Pogo to a backhand wrap, it was pretty impressive. Anyway, enough from us. We're going to head up into the commentary booth and we're going to give you a walkthrough of all the boulders, but join us tonight for the finals.
Allez.
Ora lo faccio.
C'est bon pour toi, Olivier?
Ouais, c'est fait.
Ok, mon nœud, c'est bon. Allez.
de poder estar sin señal, en un lugar con aire limpio, agua limpia, y creo que es el mayor valor del Valle de Cochamó.
We realized that opening a route of this nature, this size, this remote is much more difficult than we had previously anticipated.
There were a lot more unknowns. No one had actually free climbed this route before.
The climbing team is like one of the most important things in trying to tackle an objective.
Ora lo faccio, lo faccio, lo faccio.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks so much. So obviously you were participating in the qualifications and semi-finals, coming back from a long-term injury.
Yeah.
First comp since then? Or
So I
have you done a couple?
technically did studio block last weekend, but
Yeah.
it was kind of like a half-halfer. I did the qualification, but I didn't actually try a lot of the boulders. I got to this one. That was a week ago, obviously. I did some good training, and I was kind of like, you know what? I feel good. I warmed up really well. I was like, kind of just gonna go for it. And there was only a couple of boulders in qualification where I like kind of half-assed it, but still managed to flash it. Got into the semifinals, and so I was super stoked.
Oh, amazing, amazing. And from my point of view, I've watched you in the competitions for a long time. It's so great to see you back. How is the shoulder feeling?
It feels good. It's kind of weird because at the beginning, it almost felt worse when it was like still learning how to climb again. And then now I'm about 6 months post-surgery, and it feels really good, but I always am like waiting for that other shoe to drop. Like I just never know. Like and I actually will never know. Like in a year, half a year, I will never know. If it breaks again, people will be like, "Oh, you went too hard." Yeah, thank you. I realize that.
That's kind of
but it could happen after one boulder. It could happen after 4, 10, 100. I hope it never happens. So I always want to play on that careful edge to make sure that I don't actually go over and re-injure it. But it's always going to be a game. There's always going to be like that ghost fear, the ghost pain, all that kind of stuff. So I just take it slow. I'll actually eventually skip the first couple World Cups of the season, maybe do Salt Lake City and the rest of those, and just kind of ease into the circuit, just again to the air on the side of caution.
For sure, but you've still got the desire. I mean, obviously the Olympics, you participated in that, and that must have been an incredible experience and keeps the motivation for the next rotation. I
loved it, and obviously it was during COVID, so it was an experience that for us it was 100% the Olympics. And other people are like, oh no, that was like Olympics like 50%.
Yeah.
We only got about half of it, and like there's so much more that you could have. So it's like, I'm stoked to try to make Paris to get that full experience. And if I don't, like I'll just be a happy human being having qualified for one.
Absolutely. Well, listen, you're going to give us hopefully just a little bit of your armchair inspiration and advice on the boulders we're facing this evening. You've had a very brief look at the boulders.
Yeah, quickly.
What's your takeaway from the tour just in general? Do you think it's going to be quite a technical round, or is it more power? Where do you think you need to be?
So when I look at these compared to the semifinals, I definitely think that they're a little bit longer, which kind of means a little bit more powerful and just more sustained. Yeah. Like when I came up with the semifinal boulders, they were kind of very obvious, 4, 3 to 5 moves, the slab's the slab or whatever.
Yeah.
But very obvious movements, because I looked at these boulders and I knew exactly what to do, and I gave it like 2 or 3 tries per boulder. And I look at these boulders and I'm like, oh, whoa, okay. And I'm like, there's that. And, oh, I missed the hold out here in a big volume. So they're going to be more intense. Obviously, the 6 finalists climb really well in semis, and so they're better than me. And so it's like they're better climbers. And so now we have to test them in the finals, spread them out a little bit more. It's hard to say which one's going to be the hardest. There's actually a really cool swing jump at the very beginning, which would be really cool to watch.
Yeah.
And so, I'm just excited to kind of see how the round progresses.
Okay, so we're obviously know a little bit about the boulders, but you know more about the athletes. It's fair to say you've competed a lot with these guys. If you had £50, who's your money on in the women's?
For the women's, I'm going to have to go with Alana Yip.
Fair.
Yeah, basically my cousin, and she's climbing super well. Jenny actually out-climbed her in the semifinals, so I'm gonna put her for number 2.
Nice.
If they're 1 and 2, that's my bet.
Okay, and in the men's, what are you saying for the men's?
And in the men's, so the men's is hard because I actually don't know 3 of them. I have never actually met 3 of them, and then the other 3 I do know. It's like a super hard one. I'm gonna go with. Let's just go with Hamish, probably for number 1. He climbed fantastically in the semifinals, topping 3 boulders. And then number 2, I'm going to say Sota, just because I don't really know. I don't really know. And I know Jim, but it's hard because I don't know the other 3. So let's just go with, again, 1 and 2 and see what happens.
Well, listen, they're just presenting the athletes in front of us now. I know you got a prime seat for the show, so we're going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining us. And, everybody at home, we're going to show you the presentation of the athletes now, and we'll get this party started.
Cool. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers, Sean.
Fun, you guys.
Thanks.
They've got 2 minutes with each boulder. Boulder study obviously numbered. As is the female category and the male category. And they're climbing in order 1, to 4. 4 minutes to try and work out how to get to the top of the boulder, and after 4, when we get to the top, we have to match the mark spot hold with both hands in control. Start to the mark, the athletes are allowed to press the start holds, and not have total feel any of the holds. In terms of what
Absolutely. I have to say though, I've mostly got hard eyes for Elena Yip. We actually met when we were about 12 years old at a climbing camp, and we grew up climbing together. Our careers have obviously taken different trajectories. She's an Olympian, but I've got 3 flat whites all day, so I mean, you can decide who's winning here.
Nice. So yeah, we just got the athletes out now, and we're getting these awesome 3D graphics of the boulders on screen. So this is the first climb for the guys that we're seeing right now, which is a sideways run sort of jump, catch a small crimp on a volume, and then basically press it out, teeter up on top of the slab. Looks like a pretty horrendous opening boulder to come out to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they make of this kind of first jump. As you can see as well, there is black tape at the top of that arête, so they'll have to figure out a way to get up there without using the arête past that point.
Yeah, the hold just right on the point of that black volume, the little red crimp with the zone tape on, looks really hard to catch. But yeah, we're just heading over now to F1, so this is the first female climb with the cool mixture of Axis, EP and Bezi grips, and there's been quite a bit of tinkering with this problem just before the competitors came out from the route setters, so I think they're just trying to beef it up a little bit, make it a little bit harder. But the competitors now walking over to their second climb, lights going onto those, and we'll get you a graphic. But yeah, super impressive 3D representations of these climbs. We'll get these on the screen in a sec, but some very, very interesting new style beta volumes there in black. Not seen these before. I think they're hot off the press.
Yeah, they're looking really sharp. They're also all new, so we've got really good friction for the athletes today.
Yeah, nice. So looks like it could be either a start in or face out, possibly, and then pressing up into this sort of triangular corner on the volume, and then just mauling these beta climbing volumes all the way to the top. And yeah, these new shapes look really, really good. And that's the M2. So on the left-hand side, we can just see the women having a fondle of their first starting grips. You can see all 4 points just at the bottom there. And it's your classic teetery CWIF final, terrifying boulder. Would this be your cup of tea, Aisha?
Oh, absolutely not. Not in a million years. And also the motherly instinct in me is really concerned about the top here. I don't know if because that's got quite a good edge on it, if they're going to be launching for it and we're going to see some people flying off the mats, but hopefully not.
Yeah, quite possibly. I think that doesn't look particularly useful. But yeah, that's Boulder 2. They're obviously getting their observation, working as a team just to figure it all out. But it does look a tricky one. There's a couple of little hidden jibs on the underside of each of those volumes, which you might not be able to see on your screen before, but they'll be using everything they can to get to the top for sure. So yeah, women are on the left-hand side, men are in the centre of the competition wall. But we're going to swap over now and show you the third boulder. So the men move over to the left-hand side on some brand new contact climbing holds. These look really interesting, these sort of big macros but with kind of edges within them.
Yeah, Contact's always coming out with new shapes. These look really amazing. It looks super powerful but also really technical, and like you could be off balance in a second, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the men make of this block. Absolutely,
and of course dual text, so the backside, the black areas of those holds are nicht sehr gute, they are slippy as you like. So yeah, I'm sure we're going to see this does look one of the more basic in terms of reading the climb, pretty obvious which holds to hold. But we'll head over onto the steepest part of the climbing wall on the far right hand side, where the women are just undergoing their observation. And again, we've got some new style volumes here from Beta, one of the key headline sponsors for this event, and these such a variety of grips on these holds. Each volume basically has a different angle, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where two volumes can look the same, and you can expect it to be kind of a good corner to hold, and it can be absolutely terrible, or vice versa. As you can see on the screen there, they've got some jibs added on, so it'll be interesting to see how they sequence through there.
Yeah, and then once they get through those big black ones, as we're seeing on the screen, we've got the Vesi grips to finish, and basically I think it's just going to be a bit of a smash up top. But as Sean was saying to us earlier, these problems are a lot longer, so they're probably going to be quite a bit of cumulative load going through the athletes as we get towards the third boulder here. They're really going to be pretty gassed, and I imagine the route climbers are probably going to fare maybe a little bit better with their fitness. So yeah, we're running down the clock on this third boulder observation. The guys are really getting stuck into this, and as I say, I don't think there's much to read on that myself.
As always, we're seeing the athletes collaborate. That's usually one of my favorite bits about these observations periods. Everyone working together. We've got so many foreign nationals all kind of collaborating, figuring out what the best thing is to do. It's great to see.
Yeah. But we'll move on to the final boulder. A bit of explanation here from Freddie Naish, one of the judges, that there will be a couple of holds removed from this climb on the right-hand side. They are the starting holds for F1, so the route setters will just strip those, leaving a clear route for these guys. So just on the right-hand side of your screen, you won't be seeing any of those F1 holds. But this is a real Hollywood sort of sequence with a big 360 campus, maybe a figure 4, we're told, who knows. So yeah, this is the fourth boulder for the women. It looks like a bit of a pogo leg swing from the start, so pull on and then just throw that leg swing over to the big X-Cult macro, catch it, plant the foot back on the starting foot volume.
And then some shouldery goodness to finish it off.
Tasty. With a couple of crimps, really little small ratty crimps high up on this volume. You can just see there on the right hand side of your screen. They've also added a little blocking hold since this 3D model was done, so that hold's even smaller and even more annoying. So that's the tour. We got a real variety, as you would expect, and within the field we've got a really wide, spectacular range of competitors today. I mean, just reading through the men's category: Toby Roberts, Jim Pope, Ben Preston, Sultan Magassa, Jack McDougall, Hamish MacArthur. Those guys aren't bad at climbing, right?
No, they aren't. And on the women's side, we have Chloe Collier, Louise Flockhart, Erin McNeese, Holly Tutil, Alana Yip, and Jenya Kazbakova, of course, who's become a hometown hero here at the Climbing Works. Yeah, for sure. That is a really strong international field. It's so great that the athletes have come over to support this event. I know everybody here at the Climbing Works really values that. And I mean, it's a mutually beneficial arrangement, I guess. You know, these guys get to climb World Cup standard boulders, but still, it's a long way to come. And I know you guys at home are all going to appreciate the show that they're about to put on for you. So we're just going to have a quick tinker on the route setters. Have just got to adjust a couple of the boulders so that holds out of the way, and then we'll get the final started with our 6th place finishers. Toby Roberts and Chloe Collier will come out first, and we're going to be running in pairs, so one man, one woman climbing at one time for 4 minutes. And then we will both go back into isolation, and the next pair will come out, and so on. So if they read the problems right, they execute them right, we could be home in time for a nice cup of tea. That would be grand. We've spoken about Sean and my predictions. What are your predictions?
My predictions are completely partisan. I just go for the people that I know, and that are mainly from the south. So somebody I would like to see do really well, because he's in his first CWIF final, and he's from the south of England, is Ben Preston. So he's a young guy. He's been working so hard on his climbing, and it's really good to see him starting to get some traction with results. studio block last weekend, made the semi-finals. Anyway, that's who I would like to win in the men's. And in the female category, I am going to go Holly Tootle, you know, local, previous British champ, you know. Keep it interesting, you know. So, then it's fun for everyone at home. But chuck into the comments who you're voting for at home, and we really think the guys are going to put on a good show tonight, because these boulders look spectacular, and the route setters, you know, we don't want to speak too soon for them, but they did such a great job on the qualifying tour and the semi-final round. I really hope that they've not overcooked it.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see as well. You know, of course, all of these athletes are so incredibly strong, but it's also really clear that some of the blocks really suited some athletes more than others. So I think some of it does come down to, you know, on the day, do you have a block set that suits your style that you can excel on? Yeah, and that, as you say, that's the problem. Not the problem, but that's the thing all these athletes have to work on is to be so rounded at everything. It's so hard, you know. Sometimes you can find a comp where you can deploy your superpower. Maybe you're really good, one arm jump to crimp or whatever it is, or you're really good at dynamics. These days, you just got to be good at everything. But we are about to get started. Our first pair are hitting the mats now. That's Toby Roberts and Chloe Collier. So they're going to face away, the clock's going to count them down, and they will turn around and do battle.
Okay, time started. They've got 4 minutes. Trying to work out what the hell the route vectors were thinking. Toby straight down to the TA. One of them old swingy style ones.
So Toby's giving it the swingerling. First up. So this is, as you can see, a real sort of swing sideways, grab the little arete feature, and to keep you stable. And Chloe is just straight in, smash and grabbing.
Come on, Chloe.
Here we go. So interesting. Chloe's obviously one of the strongest competitors we've got in the field. She's very, very good at the power problems, and this was the section that the route setters were tweaking to death just before we came on air. Possibly overcooked it now? I don't know, or maybe she just got the sequence wrong. But basically, what was the sequence they were doing there? It was like a left again?
So I think she's got it right. The left again, they ended up moving that top volume a bit higher to avoid them using that. I think they wanted to force the shoulder move. But even with these blocks that look, you know, maybe quite basic and burly, there are still so many fine technicalities you can play with to you know, get the most and really optimize in these moves. So they'll be thinking about this, you know, between every attempt they'll be analyzing and trying to optimize to be as efficient as possible through these moves.
Yeah, and she certainly is moving very efficiently through this section. Straight off for the women in this round, they've got a very powerful problem. Those of you familiar with the climbing works, this steep section of wall is steep, and the grips that she's on are pretty positive pinches, but the wall angle just makes them really difficult to hold.
Come on.
Oof. Big fall from Chloe there, but committing to the move, and she's definitely going to have to do that to stick it.
Yeah, I think those pockets and pinches, they look positive from our perspective, but they're going to be slopey, they're going to be low angle, and you know, every time they pull on, they're going to be working all those fine little muscles in their back, and they're going to be getting more and more fatigued, so they really need to be strategic with how many attempts they take.
Yeah. Toby, meanwhile, is trying to get this swingerling to work, and yeah, it's a real sort of scuttle across with the feet, ending up with that right hand on the side pull feature, which you can just see he hit with his foot previously. But yeah, again,
that was it.
Yeah, he's figured it out. Just got to execute now with 1:25 left on the clock. These guys are in such great shape ahead of the season starting, so they're going to have plenty in the tank, would be my guess.
Come on, Chloe.
So that kind of shoulder move, jump into the shoulder, really key to get up as high as you can, right, to get the opposition.
Toby figuring it out on that coordination move.
Yeah.
Really impressive stuff.
And now he's got to figure out the release to get this left hand zone hold on the point of the black volume, which is tiny blocked crimp. There he goes. And he's got the span on. Now he's got to get his feet back over to the right and shuffle up the arête. Looking pretty spanned out ballet right now. Come on, Toby. Making good progress now. Got to turn it into a sort of coordination palm plant. Now, really got to explode out and really commit to this move. Here he goes.
Come on, Toby.
Left hand palm, right hand over, plant the left foot. Here's the Tekkas, but he's got to go for it. He's winding up a lot here. Oh, no, just not right. But that's the end of our first rotation. So zones, but no tops as yet. We'll see how the others get on.
I have to say I'm surprised. I thought Chloe was going to make easy work of that. So
Yeah,
maybe
me too.
it's harder than it looks. I think maybe some of the more flexible athletes will potentially be able to get heel up into that pocket to be in a more stable position when they go to the shoulder. But I mean, of course, I've not been on the block. It's easy for us to peanut gallery over here, speculate.
I'm a big fan of the armchair. That's my cup of tea these days. Just say how we see it. Catchphrase style, say what you see. So yeah, next rotation, buzzer goes, and we have Jim Pope and Louise Flockhart, obviously representing for GB. Let's see what they've got. Both climbed really well in the semi-finals. Hopefully they got enough in the tank for this. And Jim straight in, knows what to do immediately, seeing that you've got to get the feet all the way across to the left. Same with Louise, slugging away through these powerful moves to start.
It's so difficult as well with these coordination moves. Of course, in practice they'll be replicating the kind of things they think they're going to see, but you could replicate this kind of swing and jump and land, but you know it's never going to be exactly the hold, exactly the angle, and in each competition you're going to be having to adjust to the situation you've been given as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and swim, Jim.
Figuring it out slowly.
Yeah, that was really smart actually. I think being able to take that hand off, generate a little bit more leverage on the lâché. I think that's what they call it, the free runners, right? Lâché. But he's not quite figured out yet that the key to stopping that momentum is throwing that left heel all the way around onto the second throw run. Until now. Nicely done, Jim. So he's got to be careful now. Teeter up to the zone hold. Come on, Jim.
You can see how comfortable he is in this arête position. He's done a few grit arêtes in his time, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got the fitness ahead of the season with the roots. Same with Louise, smashing through these holds.
Setting up for the shoulder move.
Yeah, nice. Going statically for that shoulder just to buy herself a bit more time. Nicely done. Now she's got to really drive. Good effort, good thinking. Perhaps dropping down with the left hand wasn't quite the way, blocking her foot from going up, but smart thinking, and she's definitely figuring out a sequence that might work. Here we go. He's in. Oh no, just fluffing it. But yeah.
Yeah, the athletes have got to be really careful to not touch that black tape at all.
Yeah, the out of bounds tape is not your friend. Cannot get close to that just to ruin an attempt. But this little scuttle across is a thing of beauty. Not sure who the setter on this was, but very much enjoying that catch. It is cool.
It'll be really interesting to see if anyone's able to flash that section of the block first go.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of boulder is something I always imagine like your Max Milnes of this world coming out and just absolutely smashing because they love the style. I was surprised to see Toby eventually got it, but I thought that would have been more his jam right from the start. So in centre commentary today is obviously Percy Bishton, former IFSC chief judge and co-owner of the Climbing Works here, hyping up the crowd and competitors in his own unique way. But yeah, Louise sticking the move again, but getting really powered out on this section. Got to stay tight on the shoulders now. Has she got enough in the tank with 30 seconds to go? Come on. Get up high on the shoulders.
Come on, yes.
Oh no.
Come on, Luce.
Yeah, it's super smart trying to substitute the hand for foot just to keep tension. Really good effort. Here goes Jim. He's got to move quick. Unlucky from Jim there. So, still no tops. We've had 2 competitors out on these climbs. Toby Roberts, Jim Pope on men's 1, and Chloe Collier and Louise Flockhart on F1. So, let's see. Our next rotation brings out Ben Preston and Erin McNeese. Let's see what they got.
We've got the brushers hard at work. These events don't run without every single person contributing and helping out, so shout out to those whole brushers. Couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, the ball boy, ball girls of the climbing world, absolutely essential. Nothing better than making a final just to get that bespoke brushing service. That's what it's about. Good reward for all of the competitors for their hard work. So Erin is still on a hot streak off the back of a really impressive win at the Plywood Masters a few weeks ago, and similarly Ben Preston making studio block semi-finals. Awesome effort from him. See if they can figure out the old knowledge on this one. Yeah, nice work from Erin, smashing through. She's really good on the power problems. Come on. Stay tight. Wowzers. That's impressive.
Cheeky little beta break
and
there.
it worked. Come on.
Come on.
Stay tight now. Come on. She's really digging in deep. I think we might see our first top. Boom, boom. There it is.
And that is why they call her Erin McNeese.
Indeed, yeah. Really cool sequence there, deploying the toe hook high to take the weight off the hand. Super smart. So she's out front now with a top. So halfway through this first final problem. That's the 3rd competitor we've seen on F1 and the first top. So good work from Erin. But there are some big hitters coming behind. Holly Tutil, Alana Yip and Jenya Kazbakova.
Takes so much maturity as well as an athlete when you're sequencing together and you've kind of collectively come up with a method, and you feel intuitively that you want to do something different, to have the confidence to just go ahead with the sequence that you feel is going to work for you. Really impressive there from Erin.
Yeah, you've really got to stick to your convictions and go for it. You can't sort of half guess it. Meanwhile, Ben is really struggling to dial in this starting move. We've seen from the other guys, it did take a few goes for most people to get it, and once you get it, it's not even over once you stick that move and get the zone. You've got a long way to go, and the knowledge, we think, is palm down, sort of up with the right hand, and then plant the left foot out on that left foot volume. So no one's executed that section just yet. Toby Roberts got the closest, but ran out of time. One minute 30 on the clock for Ben, so plenty of time. He's had a lot of attempts, and that will take its toll. So I think it's right just to take a couple of seconds and get his breath back, and maybe reboot, try and change his approach.
Yeah, even though he's arguably not doing a move, setting up every time, taking that swing, it will be tiring. Not as tiring as some of the more powerful moves, but it does take its toll, so you've got to be strategic with your attempts.
Yeah. Of course, that's the problem with these low percentage moves. You can have a lot of attempts without, tiring yourself out too much, but it cumulatively over a 4-block round will do so. You'll be really frustrated with this. You'll know pretty much everyone else has got to zone.
And I think everyone in the crowd will be trying to send him mind waves that he needs to be trying something a little bit different. But
yeah, so hard. You just want to scream and give them the knowledge, but of course that's not how it works. It's just that the lâché where you really need to extend the limbs to generate as much momentum as you can, rather than tucking up into a ball. The ball obviously sort of helps you when you want to land on the volumes, but doesn't help you generate enough momentum. So that's his last go. He's going to walk away from that boulder. A bit disappointed with that, he is. And we're going to join our next 2 competitors. So the man who put on a really good show, Sota Yamagata from Japan, absolutely smashing the hardest boulder in the men's tour on the semi-final, and Holly Tutil in women's competition joining us. So buzzer goes, and they turn and brush, or not. Yeah, he wants the brush, he wants the brush.
Come on, Holly.
So Sota winding it up and straight in on the flash, catching that move. Very, very impressive. Same with Holly, smashing away up this steepest section.
Careful with that block,
Let's see what he's got. Gamba, gamba. Wow. So right move, just potentially the wrong way around with the arms is the knowledge we have.
When I mentioned whether someone would flash that first bit earlier, I did have him in mind, but I just didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, you don't want to jinx
I
him.
don't want to curse anyone.
Yeah, that was really impressive. But I think one thing we've come to know from all of the Japanese athletes, that they're so good at all that coordination stuff. They must practice it all of the time. But even then, it's always impressive when you see somebody come out and do that. Maybe it's the trick, just brush that little bit off. I don't think it is, I think it's honed. Here we go.
Come on.
See, it's really interesting how he's using that left leg out wide to create almost like a bit of a pendulum back into the wall, which makes super sense. So he's sort of lashing and using a pendulum to land the foot plant at the end.
Sota with the super sense.
Yeah. Nice, very nice. No, just slipping off. Meanwhile, Holly,
Come on, Holly.
getting stuck into the burl. Just not generating enough to get up on the shoulders. Puts into perspective that previous attempt from Erin Whitney's. That was very, very impressive. Got big World Cup players like Chloe Collier falling off and not doing it. So that's going to fill her with confidence for the rest of this final.
So making that look easy.
Yeah, I mean, what's amazing is he's facing away from where he's not even looking at the finish before as he winds up. Very impressive.
Dangerously close to that tape.
Here we go. Come on, Soto. So, nobody in the men's field has topped this boulder yet. Nobody has even stuck the move to get established on the second set of black volumes. But we have seen a top in the female competition. Come on, Holly.
Yes, Holly, come on.
Come on, try hard, drill those feet. Oh. Yeah, so the buzzer is indicating 1 minute left on their time. I think Sota knows exactly what to do, just needs to execute it. And Holly maybe needs to rethink that approach because she's had quite a few attempts trying to hold the tension on the shoulders. Erin was super smart, dropping back down to the big hold to create a bit more opposition. Yeah, that's it. Sota has figured it out now, but with 30 seconds left on the clock, he has got to move quickly. Here we go. Ah, no, I think he's going to run out of time. Slip there. Holly needs to move fast too. She's got the go faster tape on. Let's see what she's got. 10 seconds to go. Nice. Deploying the toe hook.
Come on, Holly. Come on. Come on.
Oh, no. Both of them on the buzzer. Yeah. I think you're totally right. Devastating's the word. Both just finishing out, figuring out the finish to their climbs. Just that.
Too late.
Yeah. That is not the one. But still, we are only on the first boulder. We've got 3 more to go, so all to play for. Meanwhile, we're going to announce the next 2 athletes. So joining the competition, we have Jack McDougall, really young, strong, talented GB climber in his first CWIF final, and somebody you know fairly well.
Yeah, he's one of those kids that you kind of see at the wall when they're about like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and then they've grown up and are crushing everything.
Like 6'2" with massive biceps. Yeah. And in the women's round, we got Alana Yip, obviously a seasoned veteran on the international circuit now, and just struggling to maybe a little bit too relaxed on that layup there. Maybe just needing to get some concentration back and really focus. I think that's always the way when you're leaving such a positive hold like she was there with the massive undercut.
Jack getting the coordination there that he needs.
Yeah, that could stand him in really good stead. Getting a zone nice and early. It's certainly going to set him up, and let's see if he can figure out the top, which no one has yet. Boom! There it is. Come on, Jack, keep it together. One more move to go. Got to be quiet. Well done. That's it. So we've seen our first top in the men's competition, and we already have one top in the female competition. Erin McNeese coming out and smashing her boulder, but only one person in both competitions. That just shows the standard of the boulders has really gone up a notch.
Yeah, really impressive ascent there from Jack McDougall. I have to say the team precision up in Leeds have to be commended. I don't know what they're feeding their athletes, but they know what they're doing.
Some top-notch coaching for sure, and as you said earlier, I think in the semi-final round, just like being surrounded by athletes all working on the same problems, the same toward, with the same goals, it really creates a culture that really nurtures development.
I think as well, having spent quite a bit of time at City Block and watching them train, what I noticed is they just spend loads of time just playing on blocks and having fun. And I mean, that's when you climb the best, isn't it? When you're having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Alana just taking a quick knee, have a regroup. She'll know obviously that Erin has topped and will be very keen to keep pace with her, so she's going to pull on. Yeah. Come on. That's it. She's certainly got the sequence dialed now. Getting established up on the head wall with these big Vesi pinches. It's got to stay tight. It's really interesting. Nobody has held that swing that way, which is the exact move that the route setters were tinkering with before. There was almost a rollover with the left hand again method from the pocket, which they've now sort of managed to eliminate. But both people who have got high and held that swing, they've both done it the same way, which was deploying the very high left toe hook to almost replace the left hand and provide a bit more tension. 40 seconds left. This will probably be her last try, so she's really got to maximize it. Doesn't look like she's getting much out of the left hand. Oh, come on, Alana. You can do it. Stay tight. Come on. Oh, no. I think she's just figured out that she's got to get her foot up into that big pocket.
Yeah, you did see her just look left there for a second.
Yeah, you could see the foot starting to come up as she looked, but yep. Not too much of a big deal, you know. If everyone's failing apart from one, you know,
it's still all to play for.
Exactly. If 4 or 5 people now had done the boulder, you'd feel really disheartened that you hadn't done it. But with most people just securing zone in both the male and female category, you know you're still in with a shot with 3 boulders to go. But these are our top semi-finalists. We have got Hamish MacArthur coming out in the men's category and Jenya Kazbekova in the female. So both absolutely smashed this whole event from start to finish, qualification round and semi-final round. So they have the targets on their back and they will be looking to continue this hot streak. Hamish is one of the tallest competitors, so let's see if he can use his span to his advantage.
Just slipping off that coordination.
Wow, super casual. super casual here from Genya. Really, really strong. She just seems to have time to adapt and rethink strategy on the fly, which I think always shows, you know, how good a competitor you are.
All the while, though, that elbow creeping up as the fatigue sets in.
The old chicken wing. Hamish lining up the top. Second try. Yeah. He's read it really well there, but
he knows what to do now, doesn't he?
Yeah, just not executing. So we've only seen one top thus far on this boulder from the men, which was Jack McDougall on the previous rotation, and in the women's event, Erin McNeese topping, but nobody else. So yeah, Resetter's doing a good job, I would say, so far. The boulders have been done, and the boulders are hard, which is what we want.
That's our analysis. The boulders are difficult.
Yes.
Despite what you may think.
Yeah. They all look hard from up here, but that's mainly, we can't see them all properly from up here.
Our eyesight's not what it used to be.
No, you get to our age.
Come on, Hamish. Come on, there it is.
Nice. Yeah, he's really got that move dialed in now. Same with Genya, she's really forward thinking, placing the feet high so that she can maybe make a harder foot move, but makes the rest of the climb easier. Oh, she's crushing now. She's got to keep it together now. Here we go.
Yes.
Nice. So that's a top for Genya.
Wave to the crowd.
And Hamish just fluffing his lines on that final palm down catch. So great sportsmanship here from Genya. She's going to stay out and support Hamish. Love that. That's really nice. Start together, finish together. But just really impressive, you know, Hamish is landing this jump every single time, which a lot of competitors in this final have even struggled to do the move. So, but then he's rushing the top section, so just needs to maybe calm down a little bit and try and have one good go rather than several in quick succession. Nice, Hamish again.
So smooth on that.
Yeah, perfect. He's in such good form at the moment. Here we go. Come on, Hamish.
Come on, Hamish.
Yes, sticks it. It's got to get the weight over on the feet now. 25 seconds to go. Needs to keep it tight. Got the last foot plant and the lean over into the corner. Don't get sucked in by the handhold. Use the palm. That's it. Come on, buddy. Finish it. Nice. So, they finished strong. That's a really interesting set of results. So, we've got Jack McDougall and Hamish MacArthur topping the first climb. Jack doing it quicker than Hamish. And then we had Genya and Erin topping their boulder. So, I'd say that's a pretty good split as far as I'm concerned. But the rotation moves, and now we're all the way over on the left-hand side of the wall for the women. They're going to be moving on to the Teetery Slab, aka Teeter Town. And the men are slap bang in the middle of the comp wall with a slightly overhanging boulder problem coming out of axis volumes onto these really cool bespoke beta nomad, sorry, beta volumes. Nice. So Toby Roberts, Chloe Collier, both had a bit of a torrid time on the first climb, so they'll be looking to come out and smash this one quickly.
Yeah, it's all about wiping the slate clean, refocusing, recentering.
Yeah, almost the competition in your head kind of has to start again every single time.
Yeah,
Toby absolutely smashing through this. He's looking really, really good. Just mauling these really slopey black volumes and locking them down. That is so impressive off that toe hook. Really using that route climbing strength. endurance and his bouldering strength. Just somehow hanging on. He's got to keep tension. Come on.
Chloe making good progress as well.
Yeah. Really, really trying to keep her heels down.
Come on, Chloe, come on.
Nice. So, flash
Brings it
from
back.
Toby Roberts. Finally, he had some grips to pull on and could do it. Chloe trying to figure out how to release the feet. There it is.
Hey.
Nicely done.
Little smile.
Yeah. Always tricky for the route setters. Obviously, they've set that hoping that they're going to pop to the finish hold, but Chloe able to span it from standing low down. Good knowledge from her. Top to top. So that's going to lay a marker down for the rest of this semi-final for these guys, with both Toby and Chloe coming out and smashing it. So the next rotation brings out Jim Pope and Louise Flockhart again. Both secured zone on their first climb but did not top.
The beats here as well, banging as always. Have we got Sam Whitaker on the decks?
You know it, yeah.
Comp/rave.
Yeah, it's a really good atmosphere in here. I think Sheffield has such a strong climbing scene, so everybody knows everything about competitions, which really makes the crowd second to none.
Come on, Jim.
Yeah, he's got out of this first section really well. Just needs to figure out how to hold these volumes, which way round. I think if he can get up onto the bicep, that would be really helpful with his left hand. Yeah, he's going to turn it. There it is. And same with Louise. She's just not figuring out how to transition round. That was really impressive from Toby on that first attempt of his, where he was locking down in that deep...
Yeah, he gave it a proper fight, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. It was like a deep arm lock down with a heel hook behind that red volume in a really unforgiving place. So, yeah, that was impressive from him. King of the lockdown. Yeah, what do you think Louise has not quite figured out yet on this boulder?
Yeah, I don't know. That beginning section of the slab almost looked straightforward before we saw anyone get on it, but it looks actually really tenuous and takes a lot of leg power to get up established into the zone.
Yeah, I think the top of both of these volumes that she's on at the moment are really positive, so more positive, so it makes it sort of harder to leave them and lean across onto what is not a good volume. So yeah, she's taking her time trying to find that right body position, which is definitely the right approach. And Jim as well.
Fighting hard.
Yeah. Look at the size of his biceps. Super impressive.
Seen a lot of good steps today, I have to say.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
Strong crew. But he's kind of rushing that move compared to Toby, who was very slow and static. Maybe that's a size thing. Jim is one of the smaller competitors in tonight's final, but obviously he's one of the strongest, so I'm sure he'll figure out a way through. It all comes out in the wash eventually.
Yeah, I have to say as well, I appreciate the combination of fancy, compy, jumpy coordination business with some straight up burl pulling.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you've got to challenge them all in different ways.
Come on, Louise.
Yeah, if she could just stand up a little bit taller into that groove, maybe she could sort of stand rather than lean across with her hands. So we've got 35 seconds left for these guys on their second climb of this final. They both know that they've been topped, so they'll need to make progress to stay in shooting distance
Come on, Louise. Come on.
Come on, Jim. Oh, no. I think Jim's going to call it down, that one. He is pooped. Louise is back on, though. That looks like a better method to me, standing up taller. Then you can lean across. There it is.
She's only got 5 seconds left.
So, can she secure zone? Yes. Yeah, that's the buzzer done. Unlucky for Louise, just figuring out too late that she should run on top of that first volume. That's unfortunate. But next we welcome back to the stage Ben Preston and Erin McNeice. Erin was one of the 2 climbers to top the first boulder, so if she can come out and get a flash here, that's going to be really, really helpful to her aspirations. Whereas Ben really struggled on the first climb trying to get the coordination first lâché move to stick and not securing zone, unfortunately, so he'll be keen to come out and smash it too.
Erin McNeice pouncing straight on.
Yeah.
She's in a really good high up position to get across to that zone.
Yeah, that's good knowledge. Same with Ben. Pressing out of this initial groove section, he's got to turn his right hand into an undercut. Yeah, you need that undercut to keep up position and allow you to hold the left hand. Erin slowly walking away across. Good strategy so far. Taking her time on the flash go.
Are your palms sweating?
A little bit. Yeah,
Mine are
my
like
tips
a
are
river.
sweating. Yeah. Here she goes though. Heels down. Lovely techers there. Now Chloe managed to deploy a really high stand off this foothold to match the top. But I think maybe Erin's going to have to stand up and go for the top of the hold. No. Ah, nicely done. Good work. Good work. So, I believe that was second try for her. So that's really going to put her out in a good position in this final. She's top 2 now. So if Jenya doesn't top this boulder, then Erin will be in first place. Ben just applying some liquid chalk, taking a bit of a break. Quite a physical starting section to this. You've got to really press up and drive into the volume, get established in these sort of, yeah, it's hard to explain, like a really slopey volume that you've got to basically turn into an undercut with your right hand. That's the knowledge. So you come into it with a palm like this, and then you have to use your left hand to take enough weight off to allow you to turn it into an undercut, and that allows you to drive up and keep contact when you hit the left hand black hole.
Yeah, it's one of these where maybe if you had the beta explained to you, you could kind of float through in all the right positions, but...
Yeah, hold on, I'll just nip down. One sec. Yeah. He's looking at a different option now. Starting 2 hands across. Changing back.
Oh.
Come on, Ben. I think he knows what to do. He's just struggling to execute. Come on, Ben. Keep pushing. As you can see with the feet, they're all pointing in the wrong way. But this time, nailing it and getting established onto that guppy hold. If you can turn it onto the bicep, that's going to be much more helpful. And that's it. And allow him to flick up to the next guy.
Come on.
He's got to get feet on. Yeah. So that flick, I'm not sure, you know, compared to the way Toby did it, Toby deploying a heel hook on that big red volume, sort of much harder to get the heel in and work, but freedom sort of allowed him to keep contact moving through the black holds a little bit more easily than Ben and the others.
Yeah, I think Sean put it really well earlier. These are just so difficult to read, and you might read one thing and then as you're climbing up, you know, your body's doing another, and
yeah,
you just kind of have to feel your way through.
Yeah, a true Jedi feels the Force flow within him, so, you know, sometimes you just got to feel that flow.
Nerd.
Oh, The Night is Young, that's the first Jedi reference, you know. Just wait till we get talking about dust extraction again. That's when you know the commentary's going well. But those mats are looking nice and clean. Somebody has been out with the Henry Hoover in between the semi-final round for sure.
And you've got to appreciate the hold and volume matching the mat color coordination. They've
Yeah.
thought of everything.
Yeah, we talked about that
They
earlier,
don't
didn't
mess
we?
about.
We got a lot of time for that. And the same, somebody's figured out, right, red holds black volumes and red vests. It's all very on brand. Here we go, Sota absolutely
strong as
smashing
ever.
through. Yeah, he's so good without his feet on. Let's see how he goes on this. Is he going to campus up or deploy the heel hook like Toby? Yeah, he's seen it. Very, very close. He went for the toe, not the heel. And I think the toe didn't allow him to pull in as much as the heel. Meanwhile, Holly is up on this Teetertown slab.
Well and truly established on the zone. Let's see what she can do with it.
Yeah, really nice. Get that left foot chip if you can, Holly. Oh, she's not seen it just yet. There you go. Now you can lean across, get the weight to the left to allow your right hand up. Perfect. And is she going to go for the low match on the point?
Holly, come on.
I think she's going to go for top because she's maybe not as tall. Right hand. Come on, Holly. Yeah, go on. Give it some. Come on. It's good. It's a good hold. Come on.
Oh.
No. The competitors are so close to each other here. Holly almost falling off on top of the other finalists who are sat on the edge of the mat. Luckily, they're all okay. But those on your screen there, you can just see that horizontal crimp that's just underneath the lip of the last triangular volume. So it's not very good for standing on. It's kind of hidden and recessed.
Sota setting off again.
Yeah.
Come on.
So efficient through that starting section. Of course, these volumes have never been used before, these black beta volumes, so it's all new to the competitors, which is cool. Challenging them in a different way. It's a totally different situation when you come out and you know the holds, you know how which way to hold them is more beneficial.
Yeah, and that'll dictate as well a lot of where they train. You want to be training in a facility that's going to have the same volumes and holds that you're going to encounter in a competition. So yeah, like you say, it's always super interesting when they
Yeah.
have to use a volume that they're not familiar with. They don't know what those angles are going to feel like.
Yeah, I think for everyone at home, we can just say that maybe they're all pretty bad, just to give you some context. Yeah, not seeing many good holds on this wall so far. But as yet, everyone's skin seems to be in pretty good nick. I've not seen many taped up tips, which is good for the rest of this final. We don't want to see anybody struggling because of skin. We want to see them struggling because of the moves.
Holly just losing balance there.
Yeah, so these Axis volumes, amazing friction on them, but they're very, very low profile. I'm excited to get these down in my gym pretty soon. We've got a delivery of these from one of the headline sponsors, Beta, who are supplying this event. Cannot wait for these to get into our gym. Come on, Sota. This time, he's got to try something different. We've had 3 times he's been in this position.
Come on.
And now he's really fighting. No.
You can see the sweaty paws.
Yeah. Fair play to him. He did try something different. Oh, and Holly. Yeah, Holly's super disappointed again. She's raging out in front of us here about that. She on both of these climbs, she's known exactly what to do and just not managed to execute it. That is the worst feeling in the world. But enough of that. We got another rotation coming straight out with the big guns again, Alana Yip and Jack McDougall. So Jack was one of the first guys, the only guys to top Boulder 1. So if he can do that again here, he is going to be in with a good shot as we go into the second half.
Yeah, and Alana will be seeking redemption here, knowing that the first block was top, but not being able to find success on it. So let's see what she makes of it.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I love a CWIF final. Like, the lights are down, there's a huge crowd, DJ's got the tunes going.
Psych is in the air.
Yeah, it's so great for these athletes to have an opportunity like this. It's a real institution. The team here at the Climbing Works put such a lot of effort in with the support of all the sponsors. So on behalf of everybody, just want to say a massive shout out and thanks to them for continuing to build this fine institution. Oh my goodness, Alana's crimping those screw holes to start.
Getting the fingernails involved.
Not a fan of that. That is good work. Shows what a pro she is. Yeah, all the people who have struggled with this first move have gone statically for it, but the people who have had most success have sort of run at the wall and jumped on. Maybe she'll change her approach, but she's having some success, so sometimes hard to reset when you are having success. Meanwhile, Jack is such a big, tall guy now. He's struggling to fit into this groove, but he's out, and he's going to get established on the next section. He's got to squeeze these volumes again. That's it, Jack. Come on.
Come on, Jack.
So impressive for the 17-year-old from Leeds. Static, using the heel like Toby Roberts did, but just slipping out of it.
Just
So
losing the tension.
I'm saying, you know, with the two people who've managed to hold that move, both using the heel, so it's fair to say that's the method that is required now, I think. So unlucky slipping off there.
And they've got that jib for the thumb, but I mean, I really don't know how much it's helping them.
I don't
Doesn't
know.
look like a whole lot.
Yeah.
Come on, Elena.
Yeah, here we
Established
go.
there.
She's on now.
Come on.
1 minute 40, so she's got plenty of time. Just needs to stick with the sequence and execute.
Come on, Elena.
Here we go.
Come on.
Nicely done. Getting established on these undercuts.
Come on.
Finding the foot chip. Now, interesting to see which method. Will she go for the span?
Come on, Elena.
Or watch the
Careful
out
of
of
that
bounds?
tape, yeah.
You need to get that right toe hook. Or stand up on your right foot and go for the top of the hold. Yeah, there you go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Nice.
Oh, Canada, baby.
Yeah, great work from her on the minute buzzer. Meanwhile, Jack McDougall still battling away. Impressive scenes from him. He knows what to do now. He's just got to get this heel to work. There it is. Come on, Jack.
Come on, Jack. Come on.
Nicely done.
Goes for the guppy.
Yeah, now he's got to spring out onto this next hold. Here we go. Oh, just not getting the right sequence. But anyway, that's a solid zone for him.
No muscle fiber left behind there.
No skin left behind. Oh, sorry, plenty of skin left behind though. Yeah, he definitely left some skin up there. You can see all the paw prints. But we're down to our last two finalists on the second boulder, which will be Hamish MacArthur and Jenya Kaplikova. Let's see what they got. Both really experienced and will be fully aware of who's done what so far. So Jenya will need to top this to keep pace with everybody else. But Hamish, if he tops, could put himself right at the top of the leaderboard and start to dominate this final. Nice, Jenya.
Yeah, Jenya having no issues getting established on top of this start slab.
No, none whatsoever. Really, really impressive. Same with Hamish. Just mauling this volume. Wowzers. Doing it off the toe, which we know is the harder way.
Come on.
Wowzers. He is floating. This is seriously impressive climbing from both of them on completely different styles. Jenya is going for the layup, and
Come on,
Hamish
Hamish.
is
Come
getting
on.
that knee bar.
Go on.
You got to want this now. Ride it, cowboy. Ride it. Yeehaw. Nice. But
Jenya
Jenya,
is not quite getting it done.
yeah, that is a really good effort from Hamish. That's going to put him bang at the top of the leaderboard, and with two boulders left, he's given himself a really good chance of winning this comp. So 2 minutes 15 left. Plenty of time for Jenya just to regroup and focus. She knows exactly what to do. Oh yeah, I'm enjoying this Real Thing soundtrack. Come on, Jenya. Nice and slow. So nice to watch it when someone's got the sequence dialed and you just can see the execution process going through. No fumbling around. She's just in execution mode. Very, very cool. Get that left foot on, that's it. Come on. Nice. I think she's figured it out. Is she going to go for the lean or pounce? Come on. Ali. Oh, just short again. That is not what she wanted right there. I think she was caught in two minds whether to try and span it out off that foothold into the double finger on the bottom corner or jump. But that is the minute. Buzzer. We've only got
3 AAA batteries.
Here we go. Nicely done. Oh.
Yes, Jenya.
She's probably, she's climbing like 50% faster than on her first go. It's incredible.
Yeah, textbook.
Yeah. Execution mode deployed. Here we go. Right
Come
foot.
on, Jenya. Come on, that's it.
That's it.
Right there.
And she knows potentially that could come back to
Should've just
haunt
done
her.
that the first time.
I know.
Oh, I should have think of that.
But still, top to top, and you are still in the mix. So we're just going to have a little pause while the route setters put back on one of the holds required for M3, and the brushes are out onto F3 just to prep those holds again for them. But yeah, the competition wall here at the Climbing Works can be a little narrow in this format of 8 boulders, so yeah, we just got a couple of overlaps we're trying to figure out, and they're back on. But we can see amazing team of setters here for this weekend. Great to see full IFSC team and some homegrown talent. Here we're just watching Jack McDougall again on his attempt. It's really, really impressive, but just maybe releasing that right hand too soon. Whereas Hamish here, that's the route climber right there. Very, very cool.
After the clock, there will be the raffle. The raffle, the prizes.
And this was Jenny's go. Yeah, just spanning off that low chip.
Yeah, as soon as she found that position, you could just see how solid she was.
Yeah. So we didn't see anybody actually go for the pounce and hold the top of that triangle. In the end, it was all done from that low lean. I'm not sure if that's the way the route setters intended it. Maybe they toned it down by putting that little screw on. Doesn't matter anyway. We have some provisional results though, as we are halfway through this final. So Hamish MacArthur way out in front with a whole boulder's advantage. 2 tops in 7, and then Toby Roberts and Jack McDougall filling out the podium as it stands. But we're only halfway through, so a lot could change. But problems 3 and 4 look doable for sure, so could even turn around completely with Ben Preston leapfrogging everybody. Fingers crossed.
I don't know if it's the plan, but I know Jenya gets out quite a bit. I've seen her in Ticino. We know Chloe Collier is also an outdoor crusher, so I'm hoping we can see them on some grit blocks while they're in the UK.
Absolutely. Here's the provisional female results so far. We've obviously got Erin McNeese out front with 2 flashes, very, very impressive. Jenya and then Chloe rounding out the podium as it stands. Alana still keeping pace, and Louise and Holly just locking out this final 6 places. But we are only halfway through, another 2 boulders to go, so everything to play for. I'm psyched to see this men's 3 boulder on these new contact holds. They look really, really cool. I think this has got Toby Roberts' name written all over it.
Problem 3. Toby Roberts, Chloe Collier.
So Toby on the left-hand side of the comp wall next to that female slab 2, and Chloe all the way back right-hand corner and coming out of the cave. Really steep section through these brand new shapes from Beta.
Really tenuous starting position on this men's block.
Yeah, he's really, really boning those holds.
Nice, Toby.
But working that heel so much, he could take his left hand off with no stress.
See what Chloe can do here. Allez, Chloe, allez, allez.
Nice, really strong. This is kind of his jam. Grips and tight balls of pain that he can just explode out of. Meanwhile, Chloe, fair to say she's probably not having the best final of her career so far. She's maybe struggled to execute as she would like, but this boulder could suit her. She's very, very powerful, and this cave certainly requires a lot of that. Yeah. We said before, climbing on holds that you know is such an advantage. These big black ones that Chloe's trying to press out, never been seen on the comp circuit before. Very, very unusual. Good challenge for all these competitors.
It can be really difficult as well when you've got those jibs screwed on to read the sequence. You know, do you just crimp the heck out of them? Do you guppy? Do you go right? Do you go left? And often it's not obvious what the best position is until you're in the position itself. So it'll be cool to see if we see very much variation, or if they're all kind of drawn to the same sequence through here.
Yeah, potentially all of the above. Deploy everything. That time going for the splits. Toby's back on. He's really, really pulling on that starting crimp.
Wow. Some serious finger strength going on over there.
Yeah, his contact strength, finger strength and contact strength is next level. I remember back in the day when I used to see Toby training down south at a climbing wall called Oakwood, and he was a little nipper, but you just knew he had the mindset and ability to go places, and it's just incredible where he's ended up. Just from such a young age, he was so disciplined with his training. His dad and whole family super supportive of him, and he really is the future, well, one of the futures of British climbing. So much so that his lats now explode from the vest, and he's had to cut them out. Look at those, customization. But just a minute left.
Come on, Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe struggling to get stuck out of this.
Yes, come on, Chloe, push.
Come on.
Yeah. This is like one of those problems you have nightmares about as a competitor, where you just come out and you can't make the first move because you've not quite found some subtle body position, or somebody of Chloe's experience and standard. It's certainly not that she's not good enough to do it, it's just that she's not figured out the right position or sequence.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Toby's
just running out of beans a little bit.
And time, yeah, he shakes his head, he knows that's not enough time. I think he had his good attempt, didn't capitalise on it too well.
Oh, she's out of time.
That's unfortunate for Chloe. Yeah, she figured it out too late.
Oh, good effort.
But let's see if anybody else has better luck on women's 3. We've got the next rotation coming out, Jim Pope and Louise Flockhart. Both these athletes need to get a top in the bag to start to make this competition more exciting at the top end. The podium already taking place as we saw before. Let's see what Jim does. Choosing to take a left-hand side pull rather than crimp, which makes that move very, very easy by the looks of it. Wow.
That's impressive.
It's got some serious thumb power.
Yeah.
Come
Jim's
on, Jim.
floating.
Come on. Come on.
Yes. Ale Jim staring down the barrel of this finish on the flash.
Come on.
Come on, Jim. You can do it, buddy. Same for Louise. She's smashing through this section. Come on, Jim. There's the route climber, Jim. Come on, buddy. No! Both climbers ejected simultaneously.
Hearts break throughout the audience.
Yeah. Oh, that was so unlucky for Jim. That's the kind of problem you know, it's so powerful that you want to come, and skin dependent, you want to come out and just smash it so you don't have to waste any more time in skin. Same for Louise. She was on that climb for a long time through that roof, so that's got to have had an impact on her energy levels. But having said that, she found a sequence much more quickly that worked compared to Chloe, so let's see if she can reload and go again.
Yeah, and again, while we obviously have a lot of sympathy for Jim, you know, it takes that resilience to be a competitor at this level. You need to be able to deal with that disappointment, refocus, know that you can execute again and get it done.
Yeah. The good tech is from him. It's just taking his time, not rushing it. Meanwhile, Louise really pulling hard, and first person to get up onto this third volume. Unknown territory now, so she needs to be really strong through the feet, drive up high. This is very impressive from her. With 1:45 to come, she kind of needs to do it now with the amount of energy and power that this problem takes. You can just see the Vesi hold up and right. She has to get onto that with her right hand. And then into the undercut with the left. Jim as well, smashing through. Come on, guys. Come on, Jim. Come on, Jim. And Louise.
Come on.
Jim's trying so hard now. It's not an obvious finish position. Basically one arming. That is not a gimme. Louise has got to drive up. Oh, so unlucky. So you could see that left hand she was on, which is like a rounded pocket, which has got a slight block in it, so it's not deep at all. It's quite in-cut, and she was really crimping on the edge of that.
What a rabble. Whoever it was who just started a minute ago as well, that's disgrace.
Big efforts from both of these guys. 45 seconds to go, so Louise is going to pull on. She knows this takes a lot of time to climb. She's got to be really quick.
A lot of time, a lot of core, a lot of bicep, a lot of skin.
A lot of everything. A lot of heart. That is, you know, after the disappointment of that previous go, but I think she's gassed out now. 20 seconds to go, she's going to call it. But Jim thinks this is his opportunity to stake a claim on podium, but he also is gassed out. Fair play to those guys. We're going to have a quick brush break and wait for the next rotation. Ben Preston and Erin McNeese. So Erin could really start to cement her place on the podium with the top here. Fingers crossed for her. Meanwhile, Ben looking to start the second half of this final and get some points on the board, because he's had a bit of a rough time on boulders 1 and 2. So, quick inspection from both of them, see if they're missing anything from their observation, but not as yet. Ben's on. That hold is really slopey. It's like reminds me of the starting hold on Brad Pitt, you know, like it's sort of a slopey rail that you kind of half crimp.
Yeah, I've not had the quote-unquote pleasure of getting on that block, but I can imagine what you mean.
Yeah, it's certainly one of the best we've got here in the Peak District.
Yes, Erin, come on.
Maybe I'm just thinking subliminally about everything to do with Ben and Jerry, because the real thing soundtrack's playing, but yeah, certainly one of Ben's boulders from back in the day. Yeah, Erin really going quickly through the first 2 volumes, but then choosing to cross through onto that third, which seems to be difficult to hold the unwind. Hopefully she's going to change that sequence and mix it up. Yeah, Ben's on. That's good knowledge from him, choosing to use that left-hand side pull like Jim.
Yeah, Jim will have left a bit of talk there, which may have kind of tipped him off as to how to hold that best.
Yeah. So Ben, really, really impressive crimp strength here. So slow and steady. Got to explode now. Come on, Ben.
Just doesn't quite have the compression to stay on there.
Yeah, I think the foot swap maybe didn't help him. Sort of turned him away from the wall and made it much more difficult to stick that left hand because the rotation took him away. Maybe keeping the right foot on and going a bit more dynamically would allow better contact strength between left hand and right foot. Meanwhile, Erin smashy through the volumes.
Yeah, battling a bit to find the best way through. She's got quite, I don't want to say lucky, because obviously it's just, you know, skill and ability to root read well, but, you know, her first instincts on the first couple boulders have served her well, and now she's a little bit stuck, and it can be so hard to keep it together and stay focused when you kind of, it's been working out and then all of a sudden you're stumped and it's not working out anymore.
For sure.
But I've got faith.
And I am excited to say we've got a snazzy new graphic on the screen with some scores. We will update these as quickly as we can, but yeah, there's obviously a slight delay in the categories. So Ben Preston is the third climber on this boulder and his score isn't shown on the third boulder. And similarly on the women's side, we haven't got any scores for the third boulder yet, but gives you an indication as to where things stand. And Erin right at the top of the leaderboard, so she wants to do this to really extend her lead in this comp. Particularly with Jenya still to come out after. Ben Preston, super casual. I think he knows the movement now. He's choosing to step through again. She's going to push him away from the wall. Yeah, not quite the techers. But still, a semi-final last weekend at Studio Block, final at the CWIF. He's going to be pretty happy with that, and really trying hard in this final event too. Good to see him making one. No dice for Erin on that one. She walks away without a top, so we're yet to see a top on either of these climbs, these third climbs for the men and women. Still 3 competitors in each category to come out onto them, so fingers crossed for a top. The new climbers, we've got Sota, thank you Percy, and Holly Tutil on the women's. So Sota pulls straight on, using that side pull again with the sort of palm wrap on the crimp. That's nice, techers. Looking so casual. As I said before, he just seems to float through moves when he hasn't got good feet. And the same with Holly. She knows exactly how this cave climbs. She's climbed on it probably thousands of times, so maybe not thousands, but certainly hundreds of times. She'll know exactly what's required. High feet, lots of push in, and get those biceps warm.
Come on, Holly.
Nice, Holly. Oh, ejected. Not the one. But still plenty of time. 3 minutes to go. I'm sure she's going to put some liquid chalk on. Oh, liquid chalk and a bit of tape. So maybe Holly is fighting skin conditions on this third climb. They've done a lot of climbing up to this point. We've got 30 qualifying boulders and then the semi-final this morning and now, so yeah, it's a lot.
I think both of these athletes will know as well that these blocks haven't been topped. And I think it might differ. If you know the block's been topped, maybe it gives you that confidence to know that you can do it. But also that can add some pressure.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm surprised we've not seen a top yet on this men's boulder, because obviously it's pretty easy to read. There's not too much variation in the sequence apart from the starting handhold, whether you take it as a left-hand side pull or just bear down on the crimp. Just really, really hard finish with very poor feet and a very poor handhold, so hard to keep the compression.
The feet at that point they're just not in the direction you want them to be in.
Yeah, and you can't compensate with the finishing hold either. It's very, very slopey crimp.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide. Come on, Sota.
Yeah, he's back on. 1 minute 30, same for Holly. Yeah, here goes Sota. Oh no. Again, maybe these new holds that they've not climbed on, not filling them with confidence. We've got these big black beta volumes down the right hand side for the women, and contact dual text holds on the left hand side. The black section for the men is completely polished, so no friction on there, not helpful at all. For the women, these big black volumes are entirely friction, so lots for them to get stuck in.
We've got a mix as well in the women's column. We've got some Rock City as well as some EP as well as the Vesi.
Yeah, good to see them mixing up the grips. But thus far, we've only seen Louise get fully established on this climb. She got all the way up to the big undercut, staring down the final hold, and just popped off. So 10 seconds to go. Sota really going for it, but probably not the most sensible thing with 10 seconds left to go, but he's just psyched. He's absolutely loving this final, as you would. Making the final of a CWIF is a huge achievement to anybody. The standard of competitor in the CWIF event is not shabby, so yeah, really one for the climbing CV. So the next rotation after the brushes finish, Jack McDougall and Alana Yip back on for their third boulder.
Surgically clean, how you like it? That's better.
So here goes Jack for his third boulder now, choosing the crimp rail. Oh, and using his massive wingspan, choosing to rock over and use the dual text. I'm not sure if that was a good method, but certainly worth trying. And Alana,
yes, Alana, come on,
making good progress through these volumes. Just needs to get her hands sorted the right way around, and so she can go up with the right hand onto the next volume. Oh, good burn. Good burn.
But just coming off there.
Yeah.
Come on, Jack.
Right. Jack's, I can just see from here, he's got fingertip taped up on the left-hand side. Not sure about the right, so that's not going to be helpful on these small crimps, but he's doing well. Really struggling. He is a taller competitor, so it's kind of like a ball of doom he's having to get himself into. Yeah. Alana again just shortcutting the sequence slightly, but not able to keep the tension on the feet. Everyone's been looking puzzled on this female 3 climb. No clear way through, just a lot of mauling, a lot of figuring it out on the fly. Just follow the chalk and see where it takes you. I think they are just playing the Real Thing soundtrack from end to end. I got a lot of time for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not complaining.
No, not at all. Just press play. I'm gonna get a pint.
Come on, Alana. Come on, come on, come on.
She's got to drive through the feet. You can just see that right foot not really working, pushing her away from the climb rather than rocking on top of it. It's a byproduct of not being able to get enough bicep pull in on those volumes, which are really slopey even with the additional screw-ons on them. So we're running down the clock. We've got about a minute left as Alana pulls on for her probably what will be, I imagine, her final go. So she really needs to be efficient with the movement, not hang on too long so she doesn't get powered out, but maybe that's spoken too soon as she's taking quite a bit of time to get through this first. There you go, nicely done. She's got to pull really hard now, get the weight onto the feet, trust that and engage the core. Yeah, I think they're both going to call it with 30 seconds to go. Jack will certainly know that nobody has topped his boulder, so probably worth keeping his gunpowder dry for the next attempt, and the same with Alana. But surprising, this is the only boulder so far in the competition, both semi-finals and finals, that hasn't seen a top yet. But we still have another strongest qualifiers, Hamish MacArthur and Jenya Kazakova, to round out this third climb. So I really hope we see some tops now. We said before, those route setters have got a difficult job though, right?
Absolutely, it's so difficult to separate athletes of this caliber.
Yeah, even when you get the best grips, best wall, best setters, sometimes it's so difficult to know what's going to work at this stage in a competition when the climbers have done so much and conditions maybe play a factor.
Yeah, and of course you don't want all the athletes to top a boulder really easily, and you also don't want a boulder to go unfinished. So yeah, definitely a difficult job for them.
Hamish absolutely using his height to an advantage to get established on the zone, but
fighting hard.
Wow,
no being left behind.
Really climbing well at the moment. The same with Jenya, she is firing through. Are we going to see our first top from Hamish? Come on, buddy. Stick with it. He's really fighting. Oh, no. So hard, as you can see there. There is nothing to allow you to compress. The right-hand finishing hold is so slopey and rounded. You can see him there. He can't even crimp it. And he has to come in and match the left-hand side of it. The only thing keeping him on the wall at that point is that left foot.
Yeah, and you can see the rubber he's left there as it pinged off.
Yeah, just not quite enough, but he knows what to do. And let's not forget about Jenya over on the right-hand side. She did make a really good first attempt on that climb, getting all the way through, almost onto the top of the head wall.
This is long and curly and towering, this boulder. It takes no prisoners.
Here she goes. You can overhear Percy, the in-centre commentator, just saying this boulder is really unforgiving. It is long and it is hard. Giggity.
Neither of these boulders submits to the gentle approach.
So we're down to, on our screen, Andy L, Susan Duddick, and of course, Martin.
Come on, Hamish.
Hamish took a lot out of him the first couple of goes, so maybe getting powered out, the same as Jim. Jim had a really good attempt straight off the bat, dropping the match just like Hamish did.
Yeah, and I think this might be one where being a bit longer limbed, because it's quite narrow compression, it might be a bit harder for Hamish than we saw Jim kind of float through those compression moves.
Maybe I think it makes the start a little bit easier, but the finish harder. But here goes Jenya. We really want to see a top on this climb in both categories. As yet, nobody smashing it. Come on.
Oh.
She just looks a bit spanned out in that gap. Maybe slightly overcooked from the setters. 33 seconds left. I imagine she's going to walk away, but Hamish is going to give it one good go. Come on. There it is.
Come on, Hamish.
Yeah, he knows what to do. Just got to execute.
Come on.
Come on, keep the tension through the feet. Come on, buddy. This is it. There it is. And he is ecstatic about that. Big scream coming off the wall. Wow.
What a fight.
That was awesome. That's really going to stand him in good stead for the rest of this final. I believe that's him. He's topped 1, he's topped 2, he's topped 3. So we will put the scores up again on the screen as soon as we can. We're just waiting for those to be updated. But massive effort from him. Saving the route setters. All 3 male boulders have been completed, but unfortunately just 2 boulders in the women's category. Boulder 3 not getting top, but that's the game, you know, that we're really trying to challenge the competitors. This is a World Cup standard competition, so they've got to be hard.
Now this men's 4 boulder looks like an absolute doozy.
Yeah.
Huge shoulder move here.
Yeah, this is Hollywood territory. Tom Cruise, eat your heart out. I can't believe we're already on the 4th boulder.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It really does. Time flies when you're smashing boulders like these guys. Chloe's got this in the bag, I think, as well. She's already read that rollover foot plant back. And Toby, when he latches it, it's going to be pretty impressive. Can't wait to see the, well, we're told potentially figure of 4 move through this M4.
Come on, Toby.
Wow, just hitting. There it is, come on, Chloe.
Chloe making it work.
Yeah, let's see how she gets on this top section. A lot of climbing still to do. She's got to get that right foot on. Grinding that knee into the wall, that's got to be hurting by now. She needs to change it for a foot to stand up on, get that next right hand crimp. Oh, fair play. She's doing it without.
Come on.
Really stretching out. She's got to swap the feet though. She's got to swap the feet to be able to then float that left foot out onto the bottom left of that penultimate black volume. There's a little foot chip at the bottom of it, and that's what gives you the ability to drive up to the finish hold.
Oh my
There goes Toby.
Come on, Toby.
Hollywood time. Come on, unwind. He's going for the clamp. Oh my days.
Come on, Toby.
That's amazing. That is incredible. Wow. This guy is on fire, locking everything down. Wowzers. This guy is incredible. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely amazing.
I cannot believe his shoulders are in one piece after that.
His lockdown strength is just insane. And it's just as well because his fingertip tape came off, so that was probably the last go he was going to have on that.
We just witnessed an Iron Cross mid-boulder.
Yeah, I mean, from start to finish, that was incredible. But Chloe's still climbing, and she's in a much better position now with the foot on the right-hand side. I think she's going to be able to turn her left hand up with the right hand and then float that left foot onto the little red chip at the bottom of the volume. And then she'll be staring down the barrel of that last move. Come on, Chloe. There it is. Allez, allez. Super. Come on, come on. Oh, just running out of shoulder power. We could see from the 3D representation that originally that right hand she was on didn't have the little blocker hold, but now it does, so it's smaller. And that's probably why. Just beefing it up for this final boulder. Here she goes, 28 seconds left. She really wants this one. Trying to finish strong. Fair play.
Yeah, she's really learned that move now.
Yeah, got it dialed and moving really efficiently through here.
Come on, Chloe. Come on.
Ali Chloe.
10 seconds left.
Very nice. She's got to move quick. Here it is. Push hard with the right foot. No! So close, as Percy in centre said. But great, that concludes her final. Big weekend for her. Amazing effort making the finals. Not sure where she'll finish up overall. Obviously we need to wait for the next 5 competitors to finish out this 4th boulder to tell you.
No, but an absolute privilege to watch her climb here today regardless.
Yeah, she's an absolute beast. Amazing to watch. I'm loving that first flick over move, foot plant. That is just a thing of beauty. So we're back in rotation now. We've got Jim Pope starting his final boulder and Louise Flockhart. So Jim's
Come
going
on,
Hollywood.
Jim. Oh,
Yeah,
that is such a span for him.
it's massive. Oh, Louise just slipping off. Jim pulling back on. I'm still blown away by Toby Roberts on his first go. The go that he topped it on. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be a contender for a highlight of the day.
Highlight of CWIF history, for sure. Like, incredible show of strength. Wowzers. I mean, Jim is certainly no slouch when it comes to power problems, and he's struggling with this move too. Louise also just taking a bit of time. She knows obviously Chloe's got high on it, so she'll want to conserve some energy. 2 minutes 40 left on the clock, so plenty of time. There it is. Come on. Nice. I think she's just looking a bit powered out now, if I'm honest. Big weekend of climbing. She's just not quite got that juice in the tank to stick the swing and plant the foot. But either way, I believe this is her first CWIF final, so massive respect.
I don't know if you at home could see it on the 3D render of the block as well, but on the men's, that's not a jug they're going to. It is a blocked crimp.
Yeah. And then you've got to hang that with no feet and 180 into an upside down pocket, and then put your foot on
and
lock,
levitate to an upside down hold to finish.
and lock that down, yeah. There you go, Louise. I'm sorry, I did you a disservice. You've still got it. Come on, Louise. Come on, stick with it.
Of course she's still got it. Come on.
Yeah, lock it down.
Come
lock
on.
it down.
Yes.
Yeah, the old knee bar. Love it. Come on. Get that right foot high. Use your knee. Anything. Just press it up on the shoulder. Wow. Insane rotation on the shoulders there. Got the foot in a good position. She could do this. Now or never, Louise. Come on. Give it everything. There you go. 1 minute left. Take your time. Big breath in. Big breath in. Ali. Ali. No. Amazing effort. Amazing. Out of nowhere. So some scores on your screen. Looking pretty up to date. Toby Roberts, yeah, with 2 tops in 6. Chloe got herself up into 3rd with that zone. So obviously Louise has got a zone that's going to be 4, but she hasn't got any tops, so she's not going to go past Chloe. So the only people, Alana and Holly, that can leapfrog Chloe and claim that podium spot. Jim really needs a top to stand a chance of getting on the podium today, but I just think maybe it's a finger press too far. Wow, Jim, fair play all the way down. He's done about 30 reps on that boulder to finish off. But he doesn't look happy. But still, making a CWIF semi-final, he's made it several times before. You know, it's becoming almost standard for him. So we're on to the fourth rotation of this final boulder. Podium places are starting to take shape, but all to play for. Just prepping the holds. Chief route setter, Max Ayrton, doing some wall maintenance, putting some screws in. Putting a few extra screws in. I think they forgot to check all the boulders. Never mind.
Better late than never.
Bit of flex, it's like climbing outside, isn't it? So we're going to see Erin McNeice and Ben Preston on their final boulders. Erin choosing to just tape up that knee. She's got a bit of a cut, I think, from one of the previous boulders.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're following the IFSC rules, but if you're bleeding, you basically can't climb anymore, so there might be exercise in that rule there.
Yeah, I think just trying to prep. Maybe she knows she might have to deploy a knee on that X-Colt hold. Here we go. Oh, I hope Ben can get a top on this. This might suit him. I know it's really powerful, but he's super lightweight competitor.
Yeah, he's maybe got the length.
Yeah. Come on, Ben. Choosing to go up with the right hand, which is a different method. Yeah, maybe swap that over. And Erin also just not quite holding the rotation and helicoptering off. The trick, obviously, as we know, is to catch it with the left hand and then stamp that left foot back onto the volume to cut the swing.
Yeah, and as we saw with Chloe, you kind of have to overshoot it a bit and hit it with a bent arm, giving you the leverage to stab that foot on. If you're at full extension, you're going to struggle to maintain the tension you need to stay on.
Yeah. So we are here on the final boulder of the 2023 CWIF final, and it is still all to play for, with 2 more climbers to come out after these guys, and the podium is taking shape, but it is definitely not locked down. Nice, Erin.
There it is.
Well done, Erin. Stamping that foot back to cut the swing, and locking it down. She's got that look in her eye. She knows what to do. Nice shoulder strength. Got to get the right foot on. There it is. Cheeky match in. Take a quick breath, sort your feet, and bone that crimp to death. It is really, really small and really, really crap. Come on, Erin, stick with it. That's it. Big breath in, left foot on, and go get it. Come on, Erin. Come on, you got it. There it is. She's in.
Come on, Erin.
We're going to see a top.
Come on.
If she tops, this will almost certainly crown her 2023 champion.
Yes.
Amazing. Erin McNeice. I'm pretty sure no one can beat her now. But obviously we'll wait for the final results, but that is a great effort from her. She's really starting to dominate the scene with the win here. Ben Preston not enjoying this first move, similarly to Jim Pope. A lot of reps and not much progress. Massive, massive jump into a not very good hold without any feet on. The kind of move Tom Cruise wish he could do. We've got 1 minute 10 left. He's still going to rep it out. Here we go. Boom. Ah, that was better. Maintained a little bit of contact. And he's had a really rough round, unfortunately. Sometimes the grip gods just aren't with you and you don't read sequences quite right, or can't execute, or a bit of everything, but certainly great experience for him, and he's put in a good shift this weekend. Come on, Ben, finish strong.
Come on.
Yeah, he knows what to do, but it's so hard to execute under time pressure. Like, you're just jumping out into a tiny crimp on what's basically a 40-degree overhang.
Yeah, it's just so physical at this stage in the day.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of boulders. Mentally being out on the mats is so taxing.
100%. But that's it. Yeah, he's pretty dejected now, but he really shouldn't be, because just making a CWIF final is an amazing achievement.
Absolutely.
So next rotation, we're getting towards the end of the competition now, with our third place qualifier, Holly Tutil and Sota Amagasa from Japan. So Sota, last time in the semi-final on this particular bit of wall, absolutely crushed the boulder that was there. Let's see what he's like on this one.
Holly wasting no time getting off the ground.
Yeah, she knows what to do. Give it the old alley-oop.
Come on.
1, 2, there it is. She's so strong, but a lot of tape on the fingers there. I'm counting 6 or 7 fingers out of 8 that are taped up. That is not optimal conditions.
Not quite making it over on that typewriter move.
No. But still, on the flash, that is a good burn straight to zone, so maybe that'll be helpful. But I feel like she's going to need a top to stand a chance. Meanwhile, yeah, Soto is just like the other guys, apart from Toby. Ooh, new method. Jump into tiny undercut crimp and squeeze non-existent volume. It's the knowledge. I wouldn't put it past him. After watching him on that M3 in the semi-final, I would not put it past him.
Come on, Holly.
Yeah, she's so strong on that section. Like, looks like she could just do it 100 times, but getting gassed out on the first attempt up here. Trying to engage those shoulders and transfer across, like you said. But she's got the foot in this time. And now she's got to sort the feet out, turn her left hand, go up with the right. Yes, Holly, come on. Give it everything you've got. Rock it down now. Lock it down.
Come on, Holly. Come on.
It looks good. It looks good. Come on. Keep rocking.
Come on.
Keep rocking. Wowzers. Yes, amazing contact strength. And a top from Holly. She is thrilled with that. No skin whatsoever left, but getting the top. Amazing tenacity from her. Super impressive. Yeah. She's happy with that. And Sota is still trying to figure out this first move. Really putting into perspective Toby Roberts' ascent of that.
Yeah.
I am desperate to see a replay of that boulder from start to finish, maybe in the break after Sota tops it. We can get a look at that, because it will go down in CWIF history. 1 minute 10 left. I mean, he must have had a good 10 plus attempts on this now, so maybe just needs to dial it down, take a couple of deep breaths and try and give it one massive go. Obviously we've seen the top, so we know it goes. There you go. You've made contact with something from outer space.
Yeah, the fact that this block has seen a top is truly incredible. Usually with these flagpole moves, you've got a palm to oppose with, but they've just got an undercut. They're not really pushing on anything.
No, out of a 40-degree overhang.
Yeah, kind of defying physics, really.
Absolutely. There you go. He's hit some kind of extension there. Just needs to iron cross a little bit higher. Toby Roberts clearly smashing the TRX training at home. Amazing shoulder strength from him to hold that. 10 seconds. He's just repping over and over.
And another.
There it is. Fair play. Amazing performance from him. Like, really giving it everything all the way to the end. Thank you so much, Sota Amagata, for coming over and giving it everything on this event. So great to see the international community getting behind. and the crowd here in Sheffield loving the effort that Sota put in. But yeah, second to last climbers now. We've got Jack McDougall and Alana Yip on their final boulder of today. Both with a top could put themselves in with a shot of winning this event. So let's see what they got. Could suit both of them. Jack's a very tall climber with a big ape index, and Alana is very, very strong and powerful. So
biceps to spare.
Yeah, smashing that first move. She looks like she's got the bit between her teeth.
Come on.
Come on, stay tight on the shoulder. Get that foot on. Nicely done. Jack starting off misfiring, but all eyes on Alana as she's just preparing herself for this really, really small ratty crimp before transferring the feet. Oh, she's doing it first. That's good thinking. Right foot off.
Come on, Alana.
Center of gravity over to the left. Still got it in the tank. Oh no! Dry fire off the right hand.
Yeah, and that crimp being edged right against the wall at the top of the volume will make it a lot harder to hold than if it was a bit lower down.
100%. They know what they're doing, those route setters. End of screen there, Graham Alderson, co-owner of the Climbing Works. Loving the show.
That typewriter move on women's 4 as well, it's not just the shoulders having to press through on that volume with the left foot.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. They really need to be maintaining maximum tension between every single limb that's on the wall.
Yeah. And Jack, just like everybody else apart from Toby Roberts, looking quizzically at this final boulder. Such a tough job for the setters to pitch, these final boulders. They want to get a really good variety of movement. They want to keep the level high, but equally, sometimes athletes just can't quite execute due to the fatigue. There goes Jack. Come on. Give it everything. Oosh. Trying the jump like Sota.
Alana taking her time, knowing that she's going to need all the energy she can muster to get this done.
Yeah, it's a very, very smart move from her. Just taking a quick seat. She's probably just re-evaluating what she did wrong. I don't really think she did anything wrong. Maybe just got a bit gassed out and didn't quite commit to the final pop. But she was so steady on the first try. I'm sure she'll get it on her second. But she will need to get up and get chalked because there's 1 minute 10 left on the clock. That's the buzzer. Both climbers need to get stuck in now. Yeah. Alana.
There we go.
Razzing up the crowd. Come on. Give it a go.
Come on, Alana.
This time. Boom. Absolutely nailing the sequence very efficiently.
Come on, press it over.
She's got to get that typewriter press. Nicely done. Come on.
Come on.
Turn that left hand. You got it. Taking no prisoners now. Chalking up. No mistakes. You've got plenty of time. 30 seconds. Concentrate on the climbing. Left foot. Right hand. Take your time. Right hand off. Get that center of gravity over to the left. Come on, Alana.
Come on, Alana.
Come on, Alana. No! Just falling short. Amazing effort from her and Jack McDougall. Fortunately, neither of them topping that final climb, but both coming close. As we finish off this competition, the CWIF 2023 final, Hamish MacArthur and Jenya Kazbekova both in with a shot of winning this. I mean, I'm pretty sure Hamish might have won already with 3 tops so far, but we will see. He'll want to finish strong either way. As they turn around, they both know what to do. They've had observation period already. They'll have heard the crowd. They'll know what's possible and not. As Hamish lines it up straight away and just not quite getting the right start position, called off by the judge. So he'll need to reload. Here goes Jenya. Come on.
Come on, Jenya.
Oosh. Super strong. Oh, dry fire.
Hanging off the right hand there.
Yeah. We are in the final 3 minutes of this CWIF. Such an institution event, all the points.
Yes,
there it is.
Come on, come on.
Hamish. Yes, campus through.
Come on. Oh.
Just so the difference there, Toby managed to get his feet up on the starting handhold and get some weird toe hook clamp, which allowed him to somehow rotate round and out. It was straight up Gryffindor wizardry.
Yeah, he was able to get something out of the dual tech somehow.
There goes Jenya. Oh no, again. Ejected from that move. Maybe just the timing not quite right. She's hitting the left hand at full extension, and then that's making it slower to get her foot back to the wall. So perhaps if she can just edit that sequence, hit it on a bent arm, and that will allow her to stamp her foot back in more quickly and cut the swing.
Hamish stepping back into the ring.
Wow.
Oh.
Static. That's impressive.
Come on.
Wowzers. He's gone up with the other hand, which has made him wrong-handed, so he'll have to do an awkward hand swap now and slide that. Such a small hole to get out of. Amazing. Locking it down. Here he goes. Come on, Hamish. This is for the champ. Lock it down, buddy. Come on. You can do it, buddy. He's screaming his life off. And that's it. Hamish finishes with a top. 2023 winner. Absolutely dominated every single round.
It was wild.
Qualified first, semi-finals first, finals first. That is what you call domination.
I mean, that is the spirit of climbing right there.
Yeah.
Teeth bared, power screaming through.
Now we just want Jenya to finish strong as well. She's climbed so well this weekend, and she's up. 1 minute 10 left. She's a really, really strong fit climber, so this should be possible. The real thing pumping out. The spirit of Ben and Jerry flows within you. Come on. This is it.
Come on,
Come
Jenya.
on.
Oh.
Just slipping off. That crimp
Saves
is
it.
not good. This is it, all or nothing. Come on, Jenya. You can do it. Take a big breath. Right foot off. Weight over. Onto the shoulder. Come on. No! Just the pre-crimp. The pre-crimp is not her friend. 30 seconds, she's going for it. Amazing. What a tenacity. Come on. Come on, Jenya.
Come on, Jenya.
No. Gassed out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is incredibly good effort from her. Just, she's so disappointed at finishing that final move, but if my calculations are right, Hamish has dominated the men's event with 4 tops. Nobody else getting close, I think 2 tops. But the women's event, I believe Erin McNeice has won that one, but we will work for the official results and keep you posted. This is the replay though, on your screen. Toby Roberts absolutely dominating this. Look at this move here. Iron cross, feet in. This is just unbelievable. Wowzers from Toby. And as you can hear in the background, Percy just announcing Erin McNeice the winner as we watch Toby with his feet off, campusing through somehow. I mean, defying gravity to top. Absolutely incredible. Amazing effort. So yeah, what an incredible performance from all of these guys. So we know the winners, Hamish and Erin, and just bear with us while we get the presentation set up on screen for you. Hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's event. Stick with us so we can see your champions crowned, and I'll see if I can get some interviews with your winners.
They are throwing the freebies out now as well. Fifth is never ever possible without the help of our helpful, kind, generous sponsors. Rather the title sponsor, Scarpa, Security, Sheffield Festival of the Outdoors. C, the Silly Goats, Peter Setting, Axis, Round Edges, Ultra Breeze, Rock City, X-Cult, Squadra, UK Climbing, Leslie, Silly Goats. I mentioned Silly Goats, Steve. I don't think I mentioned Silly Goats. Silly Goats. Okay.
Allez.
Ora lo faccio, lo faccio, lo faccio.
C'est bon pour toi, Olivier?
Ouais, c'est fait.
Ok, mon nœud, c'est bon. Allez.
Cool, so welcome back. I hope you just enjoyed the little break, and again, big shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much for the support. On your screens now, we're just setting up the podium and letting everybody know what's going on inside the event. Aisha, finalists coming out now just to see who was the biggest takeaway performance from this evening.
I mean, it's got to be Hamish MacArthur, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Enormous fight on the final block, enormous fight on men's 3. What a show.
Yeah, and this on your screens now, you're seeing the overall team winners, precision climbing, I believe. So they've won $1,000 to share between all of them. Jack McDougall, Hamish MacArthur, Jim Pope and Holly Tootill. Big effort from them, all making the finals. That's amazing. And just being congratulated by Graham Alderson, IFSC aficionado and co-owner of the Climbing Works, and one of the real people behind this incredible event over the years. Big shout out to Graham Percy and Sam for continuing to provide such an amazing opportunity for the climbing industry.
Third place, we have Jack McDougall.
So as you can see, we've got Olympian and World Cup winner Sean McCall presenting the finalists. We've got Jack McDougall in third place. Great to see Sean back here and helping out at the event on his journey and road back from injury. I just want to say a personal shout out to Silly Goat as well, one of the sponsors here, who is providing all of these amazing trophies and medals. He literally has made all of these things by hand himself over several weeks at his own cost. He is one of the people that makes climbing great. So I think it's just worth saying a massive shout out to him. But yeah, Toby with his amazing performance on that final boulder, coming second on the podium. But here he is, the big dog, Hamish MacArthur, absolutely dominating. And as the track in venue says, what a man, what a man. I hope he dances. Yeah. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a man. Anyway, there he is. I hope he can hold the trophy up high. There it is. Boom. That's the money shot right there. And that is the future of British climbing right there, that podium. Jack McDougall, Toby Roberts, Hamish MacArthur.
Yeah, it is certainly looking bright.
Not too shabby. But hold fire with us. We're going to do the women's podium as well. So third place, Chloe Collier, putting a great show on the tail end of this final round. Good effort from her. Coming all the way from Belgium for the event. She's been here before. And Jenya Kazmakova coming second. Great effort from her all the way through the competition to that last boulder, and just missing out on the last hold, which might have put her in with a shout of winning. These prizes again, super cool trophies, mini fingerboards and medals. But here's the winner. Percy said it, Erin McNeice. Amazing from her. She again is dominating the UK comp scene at the moment. Very excited to see how she does this season, right?
Absolutely, we certainly did witness the fitness today.
Yeah, through 30 qualifying problems, 4 semi-final boulders and 4 finals, she has battled all the way to the top. Now you need to lift that trophy above your head and accept it. Come on.
Come on.
No, get it up. Ah, fair play. The understated champ, I like that. Yeah, I got time for that. Yeah, really impressive podium though. And again, I know I'm biased, but it's great to see a Brit on top.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get the few photos. We're going to leave you now. Aisha, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on again. CWIF 2023, enjoyed it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I was a bit quiet in the second half, but honestly, I was just speechless. The sports performance we saw today was, unparalleled. What a privilege to be able to witness it.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for joining. It's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to try and get some interviews with the finalists, but they have a habit of disappearing into the crowd. We'll do our best, but if we don't find anybody to have a chat with, thank you so much for joining us, and catch us next year at CWIF 2024.
Before we go, can we all have a big round of applause for the volunteers, the Climbing Works employees who made it all possible, for our amazing and generous sponsors, Grant, Scarpa, Security, Festival of the Outdoors, Beta Setting, Axis, Entrepreneurs, Rock City, Exco, Squadra, UKC, Resi. And can we also have a big round of applause for Graham Alderson, who stuck with it and made the CWIF happen again against all the odds. He's had a tough week.
de poder estar sin señal, en un lugar con aire limpio, agua limpia, y creo que es el mayor valor del Valle de Cochamó.
We realized that opening a route of this nature, this size, this remote, is much more difficult than we had previously anticipated.
There were a lot more unknowns. No one had actually free climbed this route before.
The climbing team is like one of the most important things in trying to tackle an objective.
Hello and welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by the champs, Hamish, Erin, and obviously Aisha's here. We're going to ask the guys a couple of questions. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys. You put on an amazing show this evening. Erin, big time, big win. How does it feel?
Unexpected.
Unexpected? But you're on such a good run of form at the moment. Like, you must be feeling really confident, no?
Yeah, in a way, but I knew that they were going to be really strong climbers, so it's still unexpected.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was a really, really strong field, but I think you should be so proud of yourself. You have represented us so well. And what was your favourite problem from the final? Because obviously there was a couple that people struggled with, but you really sort of came out on that last boulder. Which one for you was the best?
I think my favourite was probably the third one.
It made the difference for that consistency throughout the day.
I think it was just kind of being excited for each moment and seeing kind of each climb as an opportunity to have those incredible moments that you kind of dream of, and like just seeing it as an opportunity for that.
Amazing, and it worked out, didn't it? On men's 3, you got really close to the top, and then you looked really knackered, and you managed to pull it back. What was going through your head? How did you pull it out of the bag?
I can largely put that down to Max shouting, "Give it everything," just before I pulled on. I mean, yeah, that was kind of in my head as I was climbing. It was just his little Scottish voice.
The dream team coming through. We've got to talk about men's number 4 as well. That was an incredible battle. What got you through there? Like, you started with the jump, ended up going for the static position, but then that last move wasn't a giveaway either. How did you manage it?
Yeah, I tried the first method and my shoulder felt a little peculiar doing that. So I just decided, I should try something else. I've got pretty long arms, and I just thought I should struggle through it. It was one of those climbs that you can maybe potentially climb beautifully, but like to just struggle through it is the best option.
Yeah, we saw you power screaming and really appreciated it. Enormous congratulations to both of you again, and thanks at home for joining.